Instead, the hadith says, بالغ في الاستنشاق إلا أن تكون صائمة. Rinse your mouth and sniff it up your nose, breathe it up your nose thoroughly, excessively, exaggerate with it, unless you are fasting. Meaning, don't do it very strongly when you are fasting, but do it. So that which you are unable to prevent, you have no problem. Because the ayah mentions in Surah Al-Ahzab, وَلَكِنْ مَا تَعَمَّدَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ, except that which your hearts purposefully or deliberately intended. Now, when you do not intend that toothpaste or the water to be intentionally drawn back to your throat, and it does happen accidentally, there is no harm on you. There is no harm.
How does the heart fast?
Tabarakallah, what a beautiful question. From a youth at the age of, Tabarakallah, 7 years old. 7? 7? I deserve a gift for that. I only guessed it. Tabarakallah, alhamdulillah, Allah yahfi anna alhamdulillah. So as you can see, the question was what? Who heard the question? The question, how does the heart fast? What a beautiful question. Not one single person in my 10 years of da'wah has asked that question. Wallahi, that should be written over there in gold. Because the answer is gold. What's the answer? How should the heart fast? We heard that the eyes fast. See, the Tabarakallah is extremely attentive, this young lad. Extremely attentive. He heard that the eyes fast, the nose fast, the ears fast, the hair fast, the whole body fast. We did not mention the heart. So he's saying, okay, I've missed out something. Let me just remind this teacher. Tabarakallah. How does the heart fast? I want a correct answer, Ali. A comprehensive answer. Imagine. Anyone that gives me the correct answer, the bookstore is there, you deserve a gift. Not what I'm after. Not what I'm after. Muhammad? Not what I'm after.
Stay away from bad things and try to do more.
One more. Comprehensively acceptable. In other words, inshallah, Zunaid Musa, please fix him up after the lesson. In other words, the heart fasts by avoiding, refraining, keeping away from polytheism and kufr. That's how the heart fasts. From polytheism and kufr. In other words, association. That Allah Ta'ala does not tolerate that partners be associated to Him. Akramakallah, inshallah, acceptable. Now,
In Laylatul Qadr, is it true that some people say trees are praying in that?
the trees pray. Do the trees pray in Laylatul Qadr? Qul hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqeen. That's the answer. Say forward your proof if that was true. Na'am ya Rafiq. Never heard of it. Alhamdulillah.
Sheikh, when you break your fast, we know that the Prophet ﷺ used to break your fast with dates and water. What happens on the occasion when you have food set out? So you eat the food, should you rush back and have just a little bit and rush back with the salah, or what should you do with the food?
What is the manner, Zakallah Khair Rafiq, the manner of breaking the fast? First of all, there's a narration that mentions that this ummah will never cease to be on a good path as long as they hasten to breaking their fast. Another narration mentions that 3 manners from Muhammad Sallam. 1 is that to hasten by breaking the fast. 2 is to delay the suhoor. And 3, to place the right on the left in prayer. Another narration mentions is that when he broke the fast, as soon as the mu'adhin, the caller for prayer, sunset prayer, maghrib prayer appears, you break the fast. Immediately. Obviously there's a dua to say. There's many dua. One of them, which is the one of the most sort of strongest of them all, قَدْ ذَهَبَ الظَّمْءُ وَابْتَلَّتَ الْعُرُوقُ وَثَبَتَ الْأَجْرُ إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. And inshallah, go back to that book and learn it and understand it. So immediately, Ya Rafiq, when the adhan is called, when sunset has appeared, you break the fast with a date, bit of water. If you got no dates, it's either with normal dates, fresh dates, no fresh dates, with dry dates, no dry dates. Have a gulp of water, but break your fast. But to sit down and stay all night over that big, luxurious, scrumptious food, you're going to forget prayer, or you will not be able to stand up for prayer after that. And we know us, especially the Arabs, I'm not sure about the other races, but the Arabs, and Allahumma musta'an, the wives or the mothers are in the kitchen, subhanAllah, I feel sorry for them. It's hot, stinky, sweaty, humid, and they're in the kitchens just cooking all day for the children, for the father, and for this and that. And the poor lady is fasting. So when the Maghrib comes, she's placed all this food on the table, and then they say, hold on, you cannot pray now when the food has appeared. So to make sure that the food is placed before the adhan, nice big rice, صينية لحم وكذا, لوبي برز, فصلية, malfoof. It makes you hungry, doesn't it? So when you see all that, how are you going to even pray? How would you be able to pray? So obviously the correct way, the correct fashion of doing this is that you have only a plate of dates there, a jug of water, that is all you need. And when you finish prayer, then you initiate your supper, your taka. In odd numbers. After a time to break the fast, are the husband and wife allowed to be sexual in the month of Ramadan or not at all? You are allowed in the month of Ramadan, but what time in the month of Ramadan? Midday or Asr? After iftar? What's iftar? After iftar. You hear many times that iftar. There's no such thing as iftar. It's iftar. Iftar is in Arabic slang means cancer. So it's iftar, not iftar. So after iftar appears, you are, until the appearance of dawn, are allowed to have sexual relations with your spouse indefinitely by the mercy and blessings of the Almighty Lord.
For some reason you don't have access to food or water.
No. Ahsan, what a beautiful question, tabarakallah. And we always say that Talayl is very informative. Yes, that is correct. That what happens, you've got no food, you've got no water, are you able to break your fast still? You are able. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah has not burdened us all beyond its capability. You got nothing to break your fast with. What do? إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Indeed, all actions are but by intention. So if you've intended with your heart that you've broken your fast, indeed you have broken your fast. That can happen during the day. Your intention can be ruined. It can be darkened. It could be wrecked. How? If you intend during the day that you are no longer fasting, whether you eat or drink or do anything else, that are breakers of fast, if you intend that you are no longer fasting, you are no longer fasting. So be extremely careful. I have 13 days to pay back due to pregnancy. Can I pay money to pay it back? How much money should I pay? The money is allowed to be paid as long as it is exchanged for food. You are not allowed to give a ransom of money to the poor people. You don't know what they buy with that money. They might buy alcohol with it. They might buy drugs with it, cigarettes with it. They may buy unlawful things with it. So no, you feed. If that money is going to a good source and they're exchanging that money for feed, for food, then not a problem. But to give it directly in money, no. Maybe the question here is referring to There are people who collect money like human appeal